consisting of myself, Professor Zahir, Dr. Asim, and Dr. Noha. As usual, Mona, you have 3 minutes to introduce yourself, and then you have 15 minutes for the presentation. So, so please go ahead and try to stick to time, please.
Okay.
Yalla, bismillah.
Yalla. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Thank you for all of you. My name is Mona Mohammed Ismail, and my topic is the impact of healthcare worker well-being program on employee job satisfaction in private hospital in Dubai. To give you a brief introduction about myself, I'm from Djibouti, and I born and raised up here in United Arab Emirates. I'm a nurse in profession, and I had more than 14 years experience in healthcare sector, including healthcare management, patient quality and safety, and project management. For my education journey, I graduated in 2008 from as a diploma science in Abu Dhabi, degree in quality and safety management from Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, and currently I'm a doctorate candidate. For my professional For my professional journey, I started my career 2009 in Tawam Hospital, which is a Sahha governmental hospital in Abu Dhabi region, as an oncology registered nurse. A few years later, for a career development in 2017, I moved to Dubai, and I work in American hospital in Dubai for 5 years as a pediatric service line manager, which include pediatric outpatients, inpatient, and neonatal intensive care unit. From 2022 till today, I'm working in Medclinic Wilcare Hospital as a pediatric services and neonatal intensive care unit manager. Here is the abstract. My research focus on investigating the impact of well-being program on healthcare worker job satisfaction in private hospital in Dubai, identifying the type of well-being program needed, and if there is any differences among profession needs. Methodologically, I use mixed approach, self-administered questionnaire, and structured interview, including clinical and non-clinical staff in 3 private hospitals in Dubai. For the data analysis, I use SPSS tool and thematic analysis to quantify the data and identify significant theme. Finding conclude that high level of job satisfaction among healthcare workers. However, the main physical concern was high workload and work-related fatigue. The main mental concern was feeling depressed, nervous, and anxiety. The study concluded that the main type of well-being program needing among Dubai healthcare worker is a life coach. That's why the recommendation is to establish the program along with addressing life-work balance among the healthcare worker to improve their mental and physical well-being. Further research is still recommended in order to identify specific unit needs in the hospital. Statement of problem: absenteeism, burnout, turnover among healthcare workers has a significant impact on overall healthcare system performance. Increasing the pressure on healthcare system and healthcare worker has led in enhancing an interest in enhancing their health, their job satisfaction, and through using a well-being program. Why we do have high pressure in healthcare system and healthcare worker? Researchers mentioned that we do dealing with rapid aging population and more chronic disease comparing to before, which put extra pressure on healthcare service and healthcare system. There is a various studies that supported high level of burnout and turnover among healthcare worker. Very interesting study done in Mongolia about the sick leave of healthcare worker. Within 2 years, estimating that it was increased from 13,653 to 21,000 in 2 years. And each sick leave of healthcare worker cost around $300, and total cost estimate for the healthcare organization reach up to almost $8,100 per year. In Dubai, in Dubai Health Authority hospitals, which is government hospitals, in a study done there shows that high level of burnout and secondary trauma among the nurses. In the researcher organization where I did the research or where I did my study, there is a significant increase in the resignation and absenteeism among the nurses. So here is the hypothesis. Healthcare worker program in private hospital in Dubai provide positive impact in improving the job satisfaction, considering the program independent variable, and dependent variable is the job satisfaction. Then in hypothesis, there is no differences. Since it's a mixed approach, the two research questions that I will address is the type of well-being program needed, and if there is any significant differences in the perception of healthcare worker needs. Literature review. Literature review has summarized the challenges that healthcare workers are facing to four main domains: burnout, global shortage, turnover, and occupational risk. If you talk about the burnout, which occur due to long working hour, lack of support, emotional strain, continuous exposure to illness and death cases, it can lead to patient dissatisfaction, quality of care. It can also lead to medical error, absenteeism, and turnover. Turnover is considered very costly on any organization and affect the quality of care. Beside the global shortage that we have, which was estimated as 13 million nurses required globally and 6.4 million physicians required globally to bridge the global gap. So the turnover that we have and the shortage that we have, it increased the workload on exiting staff, which affect their satisfaction and affect the quality of care that be provided by them. Well-being program will support in this stage in increase their satisfaction and retention of the healthcare worker and minimize the turnover. Other challenges of healthcare worker is the occupational risk, considering the healthcare sector as unsafe and complex, exposing healthcare worker to various hazards such as physical, mental, emotional, and violence. Well-being program is not a new concept. However, it gained a lot of attention recently, especially after COVID. It's an organization activity that focuses on a main health issue of the employee in order to prevent the burnout and turnover, create more positive environment. Before or
open your camera, Mona.
It's
open your camera.
Sorry. It's open. It's not open. I'm so sorry. يمكن لأنه I really I'm sorry. I thought it's open.
We want to make sure that you are reading, not somebody else.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Okay. I thought it's open. Once I maximize it, maybe it was closed. Okay. So well-being program. Originally, it was focusing on single problem. This single problem, like in 1980s, hepatitis B was very common. So the well-being program was focusing on educating stuff in order to get the vaccine. Currently, the well-being program are focused on individual needs, addressing the work-related mental issue and lifestyle concerns. Conceptual framework. The advantages of the well-being program summarized in this table from various clinical study that has been done in different locations globally. Summarized in this table, there are three main advantages: reduce employee stress and burnout. How? Through giving them, the healthcare worker, the tool and resources such as stress management classes, mindful trainings, and employee assistance program. Enhance employee physical and mental health through giving them access to fitness classes, nutrition counseling, and mental health session. Increase healthcare worker support, because healthcare workers, they will feel more supported, more valid if they have a well-being program, which eventually will going to improve their satisfaction and their performance. General gap, that global literature gap, it has been found that neither organization nor employee are receiving the maximum benefit from the well-being program are offered, because data-driven evaluation is not available. And the organization plans to invest in the well-being, but the program doesn't communicate or correlate with the employee needs. In the region, there is a lack of assessing on the current healthcare worker needs, factor affecting their well-being, and what type of well-being they are looking for. Conceptual framework. Research has linked work-related stress to healthcare worker satisfaction and their performance. Other researchers link work-related stress, burnout, turnover to the healthcare worker satisfaction and patient satisfaction. Other research talk about well-being. They link long working hours and shift working hours to sleep disorder and physical well-being of the healthcare provider. So using a quality health model, outcome model, assuming structure affect the process, affect the outcome, structure here will be the health and safety hazard and work-related stress and all the factors that affecting the work-related stress, and the process, the risk assessment of healthcare mental and physical well-being. An ultimate goal will be the positive working environment, increasing the job satisfaction and efficiency. So methodologically, I use a mixed approach, quantitative using a North Wellbeing tool through online survey. We had 357 participants from clinical and non-clinical staff from 3 hospitals. Qualitative is a questionnaire, structured questionnaire for 30 participants working in 1 hospital in Dubai, using SPSS tool and in Voivo to analyze the data. So the quantitative results, the demographic data of quantitative, the average age was from 25 to 44 and have more than 15 years experience, commonly are nurses and female. So for the quantitative, as I said, I use North Wellbeing tool. From this North Wellbeing tool, I use only 3 domains. It has 5 domains, but I focus on 3 domains, which is work evaluation and experience, workplace safety, and overall health. For overall satisfaction, a majority of participants' response was among very satisfied and somewhat satisfied, with total of almost 90%, similar to wage satisfaction, similar to co-worker satisfaction, and supervisor satisfaction. We cannot evaluate the job satisfaction without evaluating job autonomy, meaningful of the job, and job engagement. And similar result has been found in these 3 main areas. Job autonomy and meaningful of the job, the total responses was among strongly agree and somewhat agree, with total of 80. Job engagement has also similar result, which reflect that healthcare workers feel their work are very meaningful and they are loyal or engaged in the organization. Workplace safety, a majority of participants rated the workplace as a safe environment, very minimum violence and bullying, and it's worth mentioning that work-related injury and treatment after the injury had 3.6%. Whoever had work-related injury, they received the treatment. For overall workload, it has been found that the physician is the higher workload and the physician is the higher work-related injury, followed by nurse. For the overall health, physicians rate their health as a good with almost a 60%. Physical activities was higher also among the physician, moderate physical activity and higher physical activity. Eating a healthy diet, it was higher among the physicians, which reflect that eating healthy diet and exercising will affect the overall health. Sleeping issue, majority of participants didn't have any sleep issue. However, majority of participants sleep less than six hours, but this negatively affect the non-clinical staff because they're more feeling sleepy at work. For the mental health and cognitive health, feeling depressed was higher among non-clinical staff. Feeling nervous and difficulty in taking decision was very higher among the physician. Why? Because this can reflect that the huge responsibility and cognitive demands that require from the physician, especially in dealing and life and death decision. So testing the hypothesis, linear regression has been used. It was found that overall health status affect the dependent variable job satisfaction with significant T value of 5.9 and significant P and significant mean and standard deviation. The other section of my study is the qualitative, where 30 participants has been interviewed for clinical and non-clinical staff. The responses has been categorized to 3 main categories: physical-related well-being, mental-related well-being, and organization well-being. And participant has suggested 8 different programs. Quantifying this data, majority of participants vote for life coach, which was the highest one. It's worth mentioning that improving life-work balance, it was also responded from non-clinical staff and nursing staff. So in order to address the research objective, the main concern is high workload and fatigue among all the healthcare provider, clinical and non-clinical, which require reviewing a non-clinical staff task, patient clinical staff ratio, and life work balance. For the overall health concerns, and intervention should focus on physical activity and health activity and eating diet for unhealthy diet for the nurses, sleeping better for non-clinical nurse, cognitive and mental function for the physician. So the recommendation at this stage is to establish the well-being program about the life coach, considering work-life balance highly recommended among non-clinical staff and nurses, which answer the research question. There is a slight difference among healthcare worker profession needs. Further research still recommended to identify main concern among healthcare worker per unit per profession, addressing the concerns that has been identified from the eating and from the sleeping pattern and workload, and larger group interview also preferable in order to establish the program. Thank you. Sorry, Professor Zahra,
Microphone.
Thank you, Mona, for your nice presentation. Well done. Your main examiner is Dr. Asim. So may Allah be with you. Go ahead, Dr. Asim. Hamad.
Okay, thank you. Allah is with her, inshallah. Okay, thank you very much, Mona. Can you go back to the slides on analysis? Data analysis. Starts from the beginning, yeah. Data analysis.
This is the demographic data.
Okay, next one. Next one. Right, here. Now, on the slides, we'll see that none is reaching 100%. So you got the overall job satisfaction 20 plus 70 is 90, the same on wage satisfaction. Co-worker support is coming to also something like 95, and the other one is 93. So where is the rest of the percentages here? You know, there is 10%, 10%, 10%, 5%, and about 7%.
Yes. From what I can say here is there is no organization can satisfy all the employee 100%. There will be an area of satisfaction, an area of dissatisfaction. For example, career development, it can't be good for everybody. Certain people has the chance for career development, which eventually improves their job satisfaction. But the 10%, but we can say I can say here the co-worker support and supervisor support is very strong. This is one of the main points.
No, I understand. I understand, but you see, you put the survey to people, and they give you answers. So you have to reflect the answers of 100% of the population that responded to you, right? So here, what you have showed us here is only 90%, for instance, in the case of job satisfaction, overall job satisfaction. So the 10%, where is the 10%? You say here very satisfied 20% and somewhat satisfied 70%, but maybe there is.
Yes, there is. You're right.
Okay. I think anyway, in any case, you should show, the information. You show the complete picture rather than select. Okay, if you move down now, the next slide. Okay, the next slide here. Again, this no. Okay, go back.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay, right. So the same idea, right? Same here, I think. So this is now about job autonomy, meaningful work, engagement, and engagement again. My work inspires me, and so on. So again, the same idea. Some percentages are missing. Now you move down. Go down now again. Next slide. Now here is the opposite. Okay, here you've got the opposite. Here you've got more than 100%. Okay, it says I never seem, I think like graph number 2 or figure number 2. I never seem to have enough time to get everything done on my job. So physicians 53.7%, nursing 51%, and non-clinical staff 46%. Explain it to me. What do you mean by here? I mean, are we looking at a total of 100%, or explain and elaborate on the information?
Okay, for the overload or work overload question, I never seems to have enough time to get everything done. This is a Likert scales has 4 categories: strongly agree, somewhat agree, and somewhat disagree, and somewhat and strongly disagree. The highest was somewhat disagree, that they don't have enough time to complete their job. The highest percentage was among the physicians, followed by nurses, followed by non-clinical staff with significant T value and B value. But what I can mention here, the workload, it's varied among clinical and non-clinical and nurses and physician. It was higher among the physician than any other healthcare provider, which also reflected in their fatigue, which can reflect their huge responsibilities and demand that they have.
So for instance, for physicians, right? What is the 53.7% here? What is it? What does it mean?
53.7% of the physician agreed that they never have enough time to get everything done at work.
Okay, now it's clear. So 53% of the physicians says they don't have enough time to do everything on the job. 51% of the nursing, and non-clinical, they say 46% agree they don't have enough time. Why is it that they don't have enough time to get everything done? What does it mean that they don't actually have enough time to get everything done?
It's evaluating the time capacity that they have and the workload that they have. So the workload, it's like, let's say we're working the center hours and they don't have enough time to cover it within the time that they have been working.
So they have a lot of workload. The workload is very high.
One of the reason is patient-physician ratio and patient-nursing ratio. Nowadays, we are working with high ratio level, especially with the after COVID and the global problems that it's there. So the ratio has been increased. The percentage of
how does this correlate with the next figure or graph where it says work-related fatigue? No, the fatigue. Go back.
Fatigue. So if you have
does that
workload,
relate?
Yes, it's related, because one of the factor of work-related fatigue is work overload, reasonable work overload. So it's exactly the same, because the highest profession that have work-related fatigue is the physicians, similar to the workload. And work-related fatigue also is higher among non-clinical staff, which reflect that fatigue could be physical. The question fatigue is work-related fatigue. How often do you experience fatigue when you are at work? So it also was higher among non-clinical staff, which reflect that multitask requiring from them at the same moment, similar to the clinical staff, which is we always put a clinical staff under the umbrella, but sometimes we ignore the clinical staff. But in this survey, I include the clinical and non-clinical staff to look to different profession fields inside the hospital.
Thank you. Okay, I want to go to the research questions, and research question 1 says, you say what type, that's the research question 1, it says what type of HCW's well-being programs are needed in Dubai. Now, I want you to take me through the journey, just how did you get answers, how did you answer this question from in the literature and in your survey, and and the conclusion?
Okay, I did a structure interview and through using
again, let's start with the literature. Yeah.
Okay, from the literature, the type of the well-being program was established based on the main concern. I will just give you one example. There is a study done in difference among intensive care unit nurses, and they noticed that in their survey it shows that work-related stress is the highest thing, the highest concern. So what they did is focus only in work-related stress among the nurses. So what they did is they provided education, the role play, and they providing also deep sessions where the nurses can express their feelings and learning mechanism of controlling work-related stress. What they noticed that it has a huge impact on work-related stress, almost 67%, and absenteeism or sick leave has been decreased to 60%. So that's why I'm looking on the same concept here. What type of, if there is a problem identified from the quantitative study, what will be the solution? So my research question is looking on the solution part. If we need well-being program, what type of well-being program you require? So I did a structure interview for 3 different professions. I categorized them for nurses, physicians, and non-clinical staff through face-to-face interview. Only one question will be asked, and based on that answer, we will gonna answer the second question if there is any difference in their needs. And the result has been quantified on how many percentage requested what. Are they looking for physical well-being or looking for mental well-being or organization-related problems? So each suggestion has been provided, or each program has been provided from the healthcare worker. Majority were focusing on life coach, how to manage their stress, how to manage, and everything comes under the life coach. It was face-to-face. It was almost 3 minutes to 5 minutes. For the physician, also depending on their clinical hours. For it was generally speaking. That's all. Did I answer the question?
Thank you very much. Do I still have time, Prof?
Not a lot, because of the time constraint imposed by Dr. Asim.
خلاص. Okay, I'm happy. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Asim. Dr. Nuha, go ahead, please.
Thank you, Professor. Mona, you've done a very good job, by the way. I want to ask you about the classifications of the surveyed co-worker health workers. Which category, which group was the least satisfied with the well-being program?
Least satisfied with?
Yeah, with this well-being improvement program.
Okay, program was not established. This is a suggestion phase of identifying which well-being program they are looking for. So the suggestion or the program that has been suggested for everybody has been summarized in this table. The minimum one was sleep disorder treatment. This is the minimum one. Sleep disorder. This was the minimum one, including health education about how to control worries. These have the same results.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You're saying that there is no program, there's no well-being program now established in Dubai. Nothing. Okay. And you're proposing a new one, or applying a program that is being surveyed. So, again, my question is, if this program was applied, do you think that the result would be the same? Would they be satisfied with the results? Those physicians, those health workers that you've been surrounded by them. Well, do you expect them to be satisfied at some level?
I do expect overall satisfaction might improve, but I do also expect certain concerns that we have, especially in the lifestyle, especially in mental and cognitive limitation, will also improve. There is an as per the researchers, there is individual factors to improve the well-being, and there is an organization factor to improve the well-being. As an organization level, the factors that they will look for is life-work balance, is the flexible or adjustable working hours. It's patient physician or nurse ratio. That's the main focus. For the individual level, it will be focused on physical well-being, it will be focused on mental and cognitive well-being, and it will be focused on the nutrition and the sleeping pattern. So this is for the individual. So my program is talking about the individual in order to solve the individual healthcare worker problem who working as a healthcare provider.
Okay. And sorry for that, but what's have you had any of the questions related to the origin, the citizenship of the surveyed workers?
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
Because in Dubai, in Dubai, you know which country of origin are they coming from?
Nationalities. Nationalities.
Nationality was not addressed. Yes, you're right. This is one of the gap I have. Nationalities was not addressed. In Dubai, there is more international population. It's not one specific population. You're right.
Yeah, one of the characteristics of the workers there is that it's multicultural. So you have many nationalities there, and from similar surveys, you would notice that in some for some nationalities or some people, they would they would have more value to leisure time, okay, than for other nationalities or origins or whatever you call it in Dubai. But for such an environment, sometimes, and you would know that better than me, they would value the return from working because they left their country for some reason. They are working in Dubai for some reason. It's usually for a limited period. They want to benefit from that period financially as much as possible. So they would consider a leisure time as a waste of time, a waste of in terms of financial returns. What I've noticed is that this wasn't mentioned anywhere there. You know, in order to talk about well-being programs, and there are many researches done in that aspect in the European countries, because that's a level of it's a life quality, characteristic that is being considered there, and for some people working in Dubai in specific would be considered as a journey in their life, a part, just a short period of their life, or it may be extended, but it's not their lifetime. It's not. They don't intend to stay in that stressful situation or condition forever. Okay, so they would accept to be in stress for some time in order to, or in return for the financial returns that they are getting during that period.
Yes, you're right.
So
I totally agree with you.
I asked you about the category, the groups that would be less satisfied because they would consider it as a waste of time. Okay, if you force them to take some time off, to take I don't know, to work for one shift, for example. So, they would look at it in a negative way. Okay, I would like to ask you to fix the title, to have it proposed well-being program, because the title is misleading. Reading the research, I really had that feeling that the program is already implemented, and you're surveying their satisfaction with the implemented program. But it ended out that it's just a proposed program, and yeah, you're getting. But that's a very good work. I think your hospital would appreciate your work, or the health decision makers in Dubai would appreciate the results. Good luck, Mona. Thank you, Professor.
Thank you very much, Dr. Noah. Thank you. Okay, Mona, again, your work is outstanding. It's very good work. We need to add some flavors to your work. First of all, add the questionnaire that you've done at the end of your work. Put it as an appendix. Have it as part of your dissertation, so we know exactly what you've done and what sort of questions, detailed questions are there. When you come to conclusion, you killed the fruits of your research. Your research is very good, and the conclusion is very limited at the end. So we would like you to elaborate more on the output of your work when you give a proper section for two things. First of all, for the case study, talk about the case study that you've tested, the environment, the hospital, whatever, and then you talk at the end, in the conclusion, enlarge the section. So you have to add a part called case study, your case study. Describe the whole environment, the whole situation, the well-being of the employees there, and so on. I would like you to read to me the purpose of your studies. I think in page 10 of your, maybe I'm not sure if it's in the presentation, but read it from page 10, please.
Okay, 1 second. Page 10. The purpose of the study. Okay, the purpose of the study is to evaluate the current status of healthcare worker, healthcare worker well-being, identify the need of healthcare worker well-being program, and the type of program required, as well as.
Stop. When you say health workers well-being programs, there are some current programs that you are evaluating, aren't you? What are the attributes of these programs? What are the components of these programs? Okay, let us say it's one program. First of all, your case study. Indulge me. Tell me more about this case study. Give me a brief description of the case study that you are taking.
Okay. Okay. I hope I understand the question very well. So what I'm talking. See, the research has mentioned, just to go a little bit back. The research has mentioned that in order to evaluate the current situation of healthcare worker, we need to have a quantitative study that evaluate the current status. For the quantitative, will be after implementing the well-being program, we will evaluate the effectiveness of that well-being program.
How many? Okay, Mona, I'll help you. It seems that I did not make myself clear. How many people you've interviewed, or you distributed your work questionnaire to? How many?
Survey 357, and the interview from
where are they working?
3 private hospitals in Dubai, managed under the same organization.
What level of work do they have? Or all of them are nurses?
No, they are nurses working in outpatient services, inpatient services, different physician categories, which is a general practitioner, a specialist, and consultant, and non-clinical.
Okay, what is the program? What is the component of current program, health worker program at the moment, well-being program? What is the component of such a program in any of these hospitals?
Okay, there is no well-being program established in any of these 3 hospitals. There is no current evaluation even for the current status of the healthcare worker. This is totally new, has been happening. It didn't happen before. It
doesn't have to be under the name well-being program. It could be a collection of decisions, of practice here and there that would form what we a well-being program. So, definitely in Dubai private hospitals, they have a well-being program, or they take care of the well-being in a way that doesn't have to be under the word well-being program. So, do you think that when we collect the decisions, the regulations from here and there, we would be having an idea about the well-being environment, concept, program at a hospital?
No, you're right. So there is a certain, like, the things that we are doing at this stage is pre-employee assessment that include whatever comes under the authority requirement, Dubai Health Authority requirements. There is a certain assessment that should be done, an evaluation and test that should be done for the hospital itself. For the continuous, there is a certain campaign that focus on specific problems such as obesity. We do focus on obesity, which is educations going on and campaign going on about this. We do focus like for example, if there is a month of certain activity, we do this program such as
you are away from Mona. My question is very simple. Give me one of the hospitals that you've selected. Give me the name. A name. What's the name of one of them?
It's a mid-clinic group. I selected mid-clinic City Hospital and WellCare and Parkview.
What's the name of the hospital?
WellCare.
Welfare Hospital. Okay, at that welfare hospital, what is their well-being program there, or components of a collection of decisions that will give the well-being program? How do they take care of the well-being of their workers there?
What we do is the well-being at this stage is focused on yearly survey that we do. It's about the job engagement and about focusing on the job engagement and focusing on other aspect. In that, we also have certain suggestion about work balance, life-work balance. That's why, because we get from the survey, there is a problem with life-work balance. So we are working on the life-work balance concept. But we don't have a specific things that really focus on the well-being aside from what I'm mentioning, which is a monthly campaign related to certain international campaign that's going on in globally, and we are doing it in our hospital. And aside from
you confused me with your answer anyway. At the end of your research, have you come up with a program, well-being program?
Yes.
What are the components of this well-being program that you've come up with? One, Mona, please concentrate. One, this is the first component. Two, second component. Three, and very short. مختصر, مفيد.
So I will focus on 4 programs based on profession. So for the nurses, the main focus will be physical activity and nutrition. For the non-clinical staff, will be focused on the sleeping pattern. For the physician, will be focused on mental.
Mona, speak slowly and clearly so that I understand what you say. What is the first component of your program?
Physical activity and nutrition, healthy diet. Healthy diet, advocating for physical activity.
Okay, you take care of their health.
Yes. Through it can happen through various.
Have you? Wait. Just wait. Listen, then you answer. Okay, and what is the second component?
A sleeping pattern issue. Sleeping disorder issue. A sleeping disorder issue among the non-clinical staff.
I did not get that. Again, please.
A sleeping disorder, a sleeping issue.
Okay, and the third component?
Mental health among physician and non-clinical staff. Mental health and cognitive health.
Okay, but going back to your thesis dissertation, I didn't see anywhere, maybe I'm wrong, that you were talking about the health of the workers. Where was? How did you get this? From which question of your questioning?
Okay, so when we are talking about the majority of the participants vote for the life coach. Life coach is lifestyle coaching, which has different categories. So
Mana, wait. I will shift your way of thinking now. When I ask a question, answer specifically for that question. You said that part of the components of your well-being program is to take care of the health of the staff, whether they are physicians, nurses, or whatever. Now, my question is straightforward. Where in your questionnaire or in your qualitative analysis or quantitative analysis, you put that from? Where is that from? Which question, which part of your work that led to your conclusion? Your first component of the program, well-being program.
Overall health, if you look to this slide, for the overall health, if we divide it to physical activity, we can see there is a minimum physical activity done.
Okay. Now going back to leave this. I want to use it. Going back to the title of your, you study the impact of. Can you read the title again? Okay, I'll get it myself. Okay, 1 moment.
The impact
you
of
studied
healthcare
the health workers well-being program on employee job satisfaction. And then when you talked your thesis, your dissertation, you talked about performance. So I was confused. Are you after the performance at work or after the job satisfaction? Because to me, well-being program, part of it, the job satisfaction, part of it in a way. So can we say that your title needs to be changed? So it's not on job employee satisfaction, it will be in job performance.
Job performance. But I didn't, okay, I have no, I can change it, but can I ask a question, Dr. Bess? I didn't evaluate the job performance from my survey or from my question even.
What was the output? At the end of the day, Mona, at the end of the day, you have a well-being program. What is the impact of this on what? On job satisfaction? That's all?
It has.
But you mentioned, okay, my point of view is that I feel that you did not introduce a program in that I would say in a complete setup, because in your conclusion you should, okay, and through your work you could do this, you could develop it. You don't have to go further and ask people. So what I suggest that you go in the conclusion and you tell us, you give us a full components of the program based on these statistics in front of us. And then you say this is the first component and this is the way it should be handled, it should be done. The second, the third. Now the word impact is very critical in here. You study every single part, every single component and the impact on job satisfaction. I mean, can you explain how you figured out the impact of the program? You said that you don't have programs at the hospital. So if you don't have something, how would you study the impact of it?
Okay. Okay. By literature review, they assuming that and well-being program has a positive impact on job satisfaction. However, when I did my study, I found there is a good job satisfaction among the healthcare workers. So there is no problem with the healthcare satisfaction. There is a different problem which could be addressed by well-being program itself.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You don't have a well-being program and you want to study the impact of it on job satisfaction. There is an element here. You propose a well-being program, compose it from, okay, let us say that you've gone to the welfare hospital. Then you studied the whole environment of the well-being hospital, and then you would say, my understanding of their well-being program is that this is well-being program. Under well-being program, but they have some sort of, and then you study the impact of this on the job satisfaction. I don't know. I need actually the feedback of my colleagues. Can you give me a hint on that, Dr. Asim? Please. And this is my last question.
No, I think I agree. Maybe Mona should look at the title. And the title can be stated in a different way that focuses more on the issue. And I agree with the point about the at least establish whatever is there in the in the hospitals and build on that as well.
Okay, Dr. Noha, any feedback?
Yeah, just try to clearly show why, like, if they are already unsatisfied with their work, like if there is a serious issue about their satisfaction, job satisfaction. Yeah, I don't know. You assume that they are unhappy and there is they are unsatisfied with their jobs, and you think that the answer is with the well-being program. I don't know. I didn't see any in your justification in the presentation or in the dissertation the reason for focusing on the well-being program. Yeah, why do you think that it's the way to improve their job satisfaction if they are not happy with their jobs? Yeah, because I know if in Dubai, if you're unsatisfied, you would leave and see somewhere else. But that should be the best offer they're getting. I'm not sure about that.
Okay, thank you very much. My last comment, actually, you produced some nice graphs in your presentation. Incorporate this in your thesis. Your thesis is dry. It does not have curves a lot or figures, while your presentation is full of that. So take part of your presentation, incorporate it to your work, please. Thank you very much, Mona. We will stay around. Don't run away. We will discuss this I mean nice I would say viva, and we'll come back to you. Okay, salam alaikum. وينك يا منى؟ منى؟
هلا بروفيسور.
طبعا احنا بنرحب فيك كأول طالب عنا من جيبوتي، السفير الجيبوتي لدينا، حياك الله، أهلا وسهلا.
تسلم دكتور.
جيبوتي كم عدد سكانها يا منى؟
نص مليون أو أقل، كثير قليل.
وكم كم نسبة الذين يتكلمون اللغة العربية؟
لا يتعدى 5%.
لا يتعدى 5%؟
5%. French is the Somali language and the French is the formal language هناك.
انتوا جزء من الجامعة الدول العربية مش هيك؟
طبعا.
Yes.
كويس. على ضوء يعني ما تفضلت به لازم نغير اللغة في جامعة الدول العربية ونخليها فرنسي يعني عشان الأمور تمشي يعني. طيب كم نسبة المسلمين فيها؟
لا 100% مسلمين، ما عندنا ديانات
100%.
ثانية.
Okay. Let us hustle now and move to our work. We have convened as a board of examination, and we will leave the floor to Dr. Asim, an examiner, decision. Go ahead, Dr. Asim.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Professor Zahir. Thank you, Dr. Nuha, and also thank you, Muna, for your presentation and the effort you put today in your defense. Well, I need to cut a long story short. Our decision is a pass for you.
Congratulations.
So well done and congratulations on getting the doctoral degree. Well done. Having said that, we want you to, of course, go back to the recording and go through our comments, and inshallah together we will work on getting the various comments addressed in your dissertation. There are a number of things that we believe you should include, or you should put more focus on. There are several things. I'll mention some of them here that we would like you to work more or elaborate on, maybe issues related still to well-being, although your whole work is about well-being, but we want more focus on well-being programs, how is approached in other places, and of course, because the work is a proposed work, so you need to make some changes to the title, and of course, and I support Professor Zahir 100% on incorporating more graphs in the text in your dissertation. So we work on these small things in order to finalize it very quickly. So well done, congratulations, and all the best.
Thank you.
Okay, congratulations, Mona. And I leave the floor to Dr. Nuha now. Dr. Nuha.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor. Mona, congratulations. You've done a really good job. Your work is one of very few research done on well-being. So please give more, as Dr. Asim said, just give it a good focus that would show that you really know what well-being, what's the importance of improving the well-being for the workers everywhere and in health sector in specific. And I would like to suggest going through some of post-COVID-19 articles that were done on improving health workers' well-being, because the COVID-19 pandemic highlighted the importance of giving those health workers the proper or a well-deserved well-being program that will make them perform better in their job. So that's very much related to your job performance, and I would highly recommend you going through them. Congratulations, and best of luck in your career future.
Okay, congratulations, our Djibouti ambassador. It's nice. I appreciate your understanding of the topic. When it comes to well-being, I would also recommend that you, after going to Dr. Nuha to give you some standard, I would say, instructions and references on the way well-being is handled internationally, then it's for Dr. Asim to give the final approval on your work. And well done. May Allah give you توفيق. نسأل الله لك التوفيق وأن يجعل في هذا يعني خدمة لوطنك ولشعبك وللأمة الإسلامية إن شاء الله. شكرا جزيلا. بارك الله فيك.
Thank you.
شكرا.
Thank you so much.
By doing this, we have concluded our meeting for today.